Hello students, hope you all are well at home and studying properly, and I hope you must have revised the first part of the chapter 2 of civics. So today we are going to begin with the second part of the same lesson, that is diversity and discrimination. So please take out your books. So the first topic in today's video is discrimination, a social evil. Fine. So as you all know, the Indian society have many castes, and these castes were the people of these castes were categorized on the basis of the jobs they used to do. Fine, there is a story given over there in your book. Please go through it once. Then you will see how the discrimination was done in earlier times. Fine. So in earlier times, the people were categorized according to their jobs. The people who used to pick the garbage or used to clean the sewage, they were not considered as clean, and they were considered as the untouchables. The people of higher classes does not used to talk to them, does not used to drink water from the same place from where the people of lower caste used to do. Fine, the people of lower caste were not allowed to go to the temples, or their children were also not allowed to study. They also have to do the same thing as their family were doing. So these were the discriminations which was being done in the Indian society from the earlier times. Fine. Now next thing where you could see the discrimination is the gender inequality. So if you see the Indian society, in the Indian society you will always find some sort of differences in the upbringing of the girls and the boys. Fine. So these differences creates the gender inequality in the Indian society. Now what are these differences? How these differences you could find? The girls are at some places are not given much education. They are stopped from taking higher educations. They are not loved that much as compared to the boys. They must not be given equal or same kind of good food as compared to the boys. Fine. So this creates the gender inequality. Not only this, even in the jobs, the girls are not allowed to do some jobs, or if they are doing the jobs in the same place where the men are also there, the wages of the men and the women are different. That means for the same particular job, they are not getting equal pay. That means even the girl is doing the same thing, the boy is doing the same thing, but the boy is getting much more as compared to the girls. To remove these gender inequality, the government had brought many things in the laws, many changes in the laws to bring the gender equality, to bring the girls equal to the boys. What are these? Like giving free education to girls, then beti bachao beti padhao, sukanya samriddhi, all these things are brought to, then equal wages for equal work. All these things are brought to end up the gender inequality, to bring the girls and the boys equal in the Indian society. Fine. Now the next topic in the same sequence is economic inequality. Now economic inequality is present in every society. It's not only in India. Fine. So some people are more rich, they have more money. Some are not so rich and some are poor. Fine. So how this economic inequality gets widens or is increasing every time? This economic inequality is increasing because the people who are poor could not afford to give good education to their children, could not afford to give better food to their children, and could not afford to get the better jobs. That is why these differences are again increasing day by day. Fine. Those who are poor are still poor, and the people who are rich are getting richer. Fine. Because the people who are rich, they could give good health facilities to their children, good education to their children, and good food to their children, and these things will come up with the good jobs for their children. Fine. So this will again do what? Create the differences in the economic field. Fine. So to bring the economic equality, the government keeps on working for it and tries to give the employment opportunities, to bring the opportunities for everyone who is not getting the education, who is not getting the good health facilities, who is not getting the good food. The government keeps on trying to give them, to help them in all the way they could, so that these economic inequalities which are present in the society could be end up, and the people could be brought up not exactly equal, but at least they could be also developed, or they could also get the chance to develop themselves. Fine. So this was about the economic inequality. Now the last topic of this lesson is fundamental rights to end up the discrimination. There are fundamental rights in the Indian Constitution. This we all know. Fine. So our Indian Constitution gives us some fundamental rights. What are those? Right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to religion, then cultural and educational rights, and the last one is constitutional remedies. Now in this particular lesson we are not going to study about each and every right. You will study that in higher classes, but over here what we need to understand is that these rights which are given to us by the Constitution of India are helpful to end up the discrimination, whether it is the discrimination of caste or the gender or the economic inequalities. Fine. How? The Indian Constitution gives us these rights so that we, the people of India, could become equal. We all are equal in front of the law. No one is higher or no one is lower. Fine. We are free to follow any religion we want. We are free to move anywhere in the country. Fine. Then next thing is that we could take any education, whichever education we feel like, and we are free to do so. Basic education is available for each and every student, or for each and every child who is the citizen of the country. Then all these things are given there in the Indian Constitution so that the discriminations could be end up, so that the diversity could be brought up in such a way that we are united and not discriminated. Fine. So this was all about this particular lesson. Please go through the lesson properly, because you are going to get the questions from between the lessons. Study hard, stay safe, stay at home. Thank you.